If you're seeing this, that means you're not broken, but you're just waking up towards reality. A lot of people never wake up at all. Hardly. I know basically none are waking up at all. Maybe just 0.01% are. But when I say in terms of that, that means emotionally. How long have you guys been emotional? Have you ever opened up? I only see that happen with relationships. Is this why guys always ask, are you guys in a relationship yet with one another? Because you guys don't have that other outlet towards that at all. A lot of females do say, I don't know if you do know, but that an average woman is what we consider the best man to date or marry at all. Why do you think it's like that? Don't you want to be the best man? But it's funny because a lot of people say there are hardly any good men out there. Less than 1%. And a lot of females will put such standardized things like height, how much they earn, etc. And that can hurt a man's feelings. And usually they just go on Reddit, they comment, I can't believe this happened. I'm so pissed off. And yeah, Reddit or like Twitter is a way men can outlet for all these emotions. But it's so destructive. It doesn't reform into a new way of construction, of building something better. And those who can, that's just a few minority, hardly any. I see with everyone around me, it's not just males, females too. They've hardly woken up. You stay in the same place because you never feel, or you'd rather not want to feel at all. This isn't just a men's problem, it's also a female's problem. It goes both ways. But females are a bit more in tune in terms of it. But for me, someone like me, I never actually, just very rare to talk about these things at all. I've felt through the pain, but that doesn't mean I've felt through everything, have I? I don't know, but it doesn't matter about me. It's about you. It's about you. How long have you been emotionless? I've been emotionless before. It feels hollow. Nothing feels the same. But guess what? When you feel hollow, a lot of people actually like it, don't they? Like, you're so nonchalant. You're so cool. I get it. I was like that too. It's considered a cool thing to not care, to be chill. But really, you don't feel anything at all, and that's a price you pay. But with no feeling, you can achieve so much better. Because there's no emotions in the way, you just push through every single bit of your body that says no, you just do it anyway. And I guess in a way, that is good in terms of wanting to build a good body, gym, and pushing through hardships. But just so you know, if you ever get out of that emotionless state, you'll feel the consequences of it. To me, a lot of self-improvement videos, it's gotten a lot of people addicted to it, wanting to be better. But really that can just disrupt your whole life. Because I don't know how many people now are emotionless, who don't care, who don't bother, and how long it will take for them to break through that. Like I said before, it can help through business. It can help you to reach these things. But guess what? In the long term, it will never sustain. You want sustainability, and some might say, no, I don't want sustainability, I just want to get rich. I'm going to sacrifice all of this to get rich. I'd rather at least just win a bit in my life. And even if the consequence is the rest of my life being bad, at least in my prime time, I was rich. That's all that matters, right? Do you know how stupid that sounds? Of course, it doesn't sound stupid because social media doesn't dictate it that way. But if someone older listened to this, imagine yourself older, or older version of you listening to what you're saying right now. I'd rather not sustain richness. I'd rather just be good for my prime years. And if I can or cannot sustain it, mainly not be able to sustain it, I don't care what happens in the later years. Then that's not considered wealth at all. The richness, guess what? That's just at this point in a way of a marketing scheme, it seems. People grab onto you, give you a whole bunch of cash, money, and before you know it, it's all taken away from you. And it's not just about your wealth anymore, not how rich you are. Your whole soul gets taken away. You become more emotionless. You become the people who walk down the street that are like, in the past, I was blah, blah, blah. In the past, I was this. In the past, you keep going back to the past. It's no future. And if you see with the older generation, you always see them, a lot of them talk about the past. I remember back in the old day. Okay, what happened during when you were 40, 30? Or when you were back in your day, why didn't you sustain that level? Because you just spend it all over other things. If you look at not the most extremely rich, I mean, you can, they have problems as well. Okay, and again, it's that same saying, everybody has problems, but they never confront themselves. Because that's a real issue. It's not even about, they're having issues and pushing past it. It's about confronting those. People seem to not get it. And that involves everybody. Not seeing the pain. And you might believe you are, actually, that you cry about a certain situation every day, or you try to avoid it. A great example is relationships. That's very mainstream. Being in a relationship, and I just can't forget about my ex. I just can't forget it at all. So you try to avoid it. How stupid. Why are you trying to avoid it? Yeah, you can use that energy to be better, and then you get another girl. And like, look, I have a new girl. Like, it's so cool. But did you really confront anything at all? Did you really forgive yourself and accepted that happened? And I understand it's hard. Because when it comes to love, it's hard because you don't want to fall too deeply. Only until it's right. And how are you supposed to dictate when it's right, when it feels right? But did the friends around you say that person was good? Did you meet this person through clubs, parties, dating app? Because again, all those factors I've said, if you're really looking for someone viable, there's no way. And you shouldn't even be in that situation either way. Because then the friends around you, if they also go there, again, you're not in the right headspace, not right mindset at all. And if you're desperate for it, you're not going to get it. You'll just get something that's fake. And I understand there is some pressure towards guys getting a relationship, and it's funny because for females, it is quite similar, but there's also the other side of it of not needing one. But yeah, it's more dominant, I guess, of needing to get one. And who said you needed one? Until you accept that you can be single by yourself, and you just build yourself, confront these emotions. You shouldn't see the gym as punishment. You should see it as a way of trying to help yourself, of self-respecting yourself. Because if you treat yourself, punishing yourself through pain, imagine how you treat other relationships and with the people you love. So you think love, you have to punish the other person? Oh no, you have to do this and you'll be better. Because that worked for me, right? You punish people in a way of love. That's not what we want, right? For a relationship, it's just about being better. But again, it's not about fixing other people. It's just you feel better with them. It's never about fixing the other person or one another. It can to some extent, but it should never be too excessive because a person can never change unless they're willing to change. It's the same way if a person can be only saved if they wanted to be saved. And if you think you are changing, wait until you get really angry, really mad, something, the worst day of your life. Okay, I'm not trying to manifest your worst day of your life, but I'm saying just when you're really angry, and if you revert still back to your old self of the way you react, you haven't changed. You didn't confront your own ideas. So what are you really doing? What are you doing? You really need to know yourself. And if you don't, everything you're living in is useless. All useless.